Are we recording?
Oh, yeah, we're definitely recording.
Yes, all right.
Welcome to Minimally Edited Cake Talk. I am Jeremy. No, don't you do it.
Chocolate Thunder.
Oh, gosh.
And I am Chef Monkey J, Uncle Cheesecake, Mr. Chocolate. Monkey. Why is this boy always playing? Yeah. But yeah, back with another topic here for y'all today. Today, I don't know, it was on a movie, or it was on a trailer of some sort, where the dude was at the table, and he said the thing about raising wolves, sheeps, and sheepdogs.
Right.
So we're gonna talk about that a bit of that concept. Do you really understand what it means, or what it means to you, or whatever? So I got some notes here, so forgive me if I look at the notes a little too long. But what's kind of that I'll tell you. Concept to me, wolves are kind of like people who are preying on people, right? Wolves are preys or predators. They prey on people, prey on the weak, and decide that they're going to kind of take from the weak.
Right. I think those are your dicks of the world.
The what?
Your dicks.
Oh, touche.
Like they're 100% dicks. They just try to take advantage of people.
Yeah.
Any and every opportunity they can, and it doesn't matter who it could even be their mama. They're gonna literally take advantage of them just because it means that they will advance in life.
Yes.
So those are your wolves.
Yep. Touche. Then you have your sheep. The people who are just generally nice people. They don't mean no harm. You punch them in the face, they just gonna be punched in the face. Okay? I done seen that happen. I done seen a dude get in a fight, keep getting punched in the face, and talking about something, that didn't hurt. That didn't hurt. That didn't hurt.
Okay.
Crazy.
And these are your suckers.
Suckers.
They're your 100% suckers.
Facts.
Like they fall for any and everything.
Yeah.
They fall for all the scams. They fall for the scams from them Africans that be texting saying you just won you won $50 million.
Just
please
wire me over 10,000.
Wire me 10,000 and then I'll get you your 50 mil.
My bad. I got you. I just need that down deposit, that 10,000.
That daggum scams is ridiculous, bro.
Yeah, man. Africans was doing a number on you Americans. Wow, we knew it wasn't the truth. And I don't know if it's because we're African, just like, there's no way they believe those guys, right? There's no way. But folks was doing it, so it was what it was. You feel me? I don't know.
Those are your sheep, okay?
Yes.
They fall for anything.
Then you have your sheepdogs, right? I don't know if you ever seen some of these farmers' dogs that be protecting their livestock. These dogs are massive, and they're on go all of the time. They really be with it.
Yeah.
So those are the people who are going to protect the sheep, and they can go toe-to-toe with the wolves. They have wolf qualities of aggression and the ability to inflict their way, but use it for positive purposes. Pretty much have a moral. They have a moral compass.
Right. So these are the people who I would say these are the people who have the ability, like you were saying, to be a wolf, but they don't use it to be a wolf.
Yes.
These are the people who...
What's the saying? I can't think of it.
I know Jordan Peterson was talking about it.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
Everybody who has the ability to do certain things.
Oh, yes, when he was talking about the analogy of Sleeping Beauty.
Mm-hmm.
Or Beauty and the Beast, not Sleeping Beauty, excuse me. Beauty and the Beast.
Yep.
That Beauty wants the Beast. Gaston, look at me knowing my Disney references, I'm really like that. I'm not, but I'm gonna lie to y'all real quick. Gaston was super aggressive, and now I'm thinking I'm wrong. But Gaston was always being aggressive, and he was taking advantage of people, and he couldn't control himself but to be a wolf. And Beauty didn't like that. But when she saw the beast, he was a bit timid. It was a guy who could absolutely destroy you, but he just decided not to.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you pull up Gaston, you pull up on Smoke, Beast is really on Smoke. I'm here to bring whatever you're bringing.
Yeah.
I'll match whatever that energy is. But he controlled it. So a bit of the concept of, this is the Jordan Peterson concept you were talking about, the true concept, was how he said that, like, if you're incapable of doing harm, you're not moral. You're
not
just
morally
weak.
good. Yeah.
Yes, you're not morally good. You're just weak.
Yep.
That you're not strong because you're incapable. The objective is to become dangerous, absolutely dangerous, and then be able to control it.
Yep.
And so I believe in that. I do like that sentiment. It goes back to, without evil, there's no good, right? So there needs to be a propensity for bad for us to understand what good truly is. And so because I've done combatives my whole life, and I'm able to fight whomever it is, whenever I want to, and just because you ran slick off at the mouth, I didn't hit you. Because I understood, like, I'll really beat you up. And so, like in real life. So I did it. And so that's what made me morally good, of the absolute ability to destroy you, but the restraint to not.
Yeah. So that's what we're talking about today. We're talking about wolves, sheep, and sheepdogs.
So now, it's interesting because, like, with us raising little human beings, we've got to figure out how to get those traits to the children. Because the objective is to some people want to make the people wolves and to be overly aggressive and stuff like that. And you have to figure out a way. In some instances, it's okay to be an absolute killer, but then there's times that you got to realize, like, you got to chill.
Well, I think that's code switching. You got to be able to, in certain situations, be able to turn on that killer. And then in other situations, you got to be able to
relax and walk away.
And again, it's about having the ability. Like, everybody talks about a cat being backed into a corner, or a dog being backed into a corner. Yeah. Obviously, like, you get backed into a corner, you have no choice but to defend yourself.
Right.
Or you get smushed. And so it's about preparing your children to attack if necessary.
Yes. And this is all aspects. Not even about physically fisticuffs.
Right.
So
I think that, like you said, that people go all one way or all the other. Usually. Most people go all one way or all the other. And so you have a lot of wolves.
Yes.
And then you have a lot of sheep.
Yes.
And we can kind of see that playing out within our country right now. Somewhat.
Well, yes.
Somewhat. Okay.
Okay.
And we're not gonna get on.
That's what I'm saying. The issue becomes when you talk about it, when you say in our country, it's been a political thing.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because the people who are calling the folks the sheep are all listening to one person and literally being sheep. It's the craziest irony. It's like the people who are exhibiting the most sheepish behaviors are like, no, we fight the system.
Yeah.
And it's like, no. You're actually going along with that guy. You're that guy right there, sheep. Right there. That's your shepherd. He's right over there.
Yeah.
With the toupee.
Yeah.
Stop. All right. We're done. But yes, so there's clearly you got to figure out, you got to make sure which one you're going to be. And I'll take this as my example for my daughter, right? So Dallas came up to me and said a boy said he don't like her hair. I go, oh man, okay. Like, did you go tell anybody? She says no. I was like, fantastic. We're going to teach you how to roast kids, okay?
Right.
And so now it's funny because I remember when she first told me, get back to that, we spent 30 minutes on teaching her how to roast. Hey, you built like this. Why you look like that? Why is that eye lazier than the other eye? Okay. Why I look like you only breathe out of one nostril? So we're going in. She had to tell me like, Daddy, I was playing. That was my friend. I said, maybe you can't play like that because I don't want you to ruin this kid's life with your words. Okay. It's interesting now because whereas my daughter was a little bit sensitive, now she be getting in trouble low key at the table for roasting. So she's at 6. My daughter's 6. At 6 years old, if you go talk to that girl, she's going to flame you. She comes back and tells me the jokes that she should have said, okay, to those boys. That she was upset that her teacher goes like, hey, Dallas, you can't roast everybody. Dallas is like, why not?
Look.
And so it's good because now
you step to the table, you get it.
Yes.
Like that's the name of the game.
Yes, and so you got to teach your kids those. You know, her mom's looking at me like, why are we have these incredibly overly aggressive behaviors? Like if you go to my daughter right now and say, let's get in the phone booth, she gonna stick her foot out and y'all gonna square up. And so maybe, but it's one of those things, she's a nice girl, she doesn't go picking on folks, but if you come to her crazy, she's with all of the smoke, and I love it. And I'm willing, if she told me she got in trouble for roasting kids, if her teacher told me like, Dallas needs to stop roasting people, I'm probably gonna ask more questions, and she won't get in trouble for roasting a kid. So if you can come over here and say you don't like her hair, understand your whole outfit's about to be a target.
Yeah,
okay.
major facts.
And that's fair, and that's how I go about. I'm not a big tell the teacher or do paperwork kind of guy. I'm not a big fellow on that.
Yeah.
We're gonna handle it.
Yeah.
Whether it be physically or whatever.
Well, I would say that depends on age. Because right now I have to tell my son, hey, look, if somebody does something to you, you go tell the teacher. You know.
Touché.
How that's working out, it's sort of working out because he's defending himself a couple of times and then he got kids crying. So
Touché. I bet it limits the interactions.
Yeah. So
Oops.
I'm sort of proud.
Yeah.
And at the same time, I'm like, I don't want you beating up all the kids just yet.
Yeah. What's that? Bishop's 2, right?
Yep.
That's the most aggressive age, right?
Mm-hmm.
Those people are just pure aggression.
Yeah.
And so they should be. And I think, and I like
That's how
that.
they communicate.
Yeah. I like it. But then again, I'm in an overly aggressive world. My world is.
Yeah, you were punching fires for quite a few years, sir.
Yeah, man. War fighting and firefighting and I'm the only one who. African people are just aggressive as a whole. We don't even need to bring up my life, but as a whole, they're just aggressive people. But I like it. I like living in an environment where it's aggressive, mainly because everyone knows where they stand.
Mm.
And it makes things, because people just feel safe behind titles and stuff. And that's like this, it's the weirdest thing to me because, my first 6 months at the fire department, first year, I let a captain know that, like, sure, you're the captain, but it doesn't matter.
That sound like the, oh God. That sound like the end of, God, what is the name of that movie? I think it was the end of Marvel's Endgame, Avengers Endgame.
Yeah.
When Thor and Star-Lord were they were fighting, not fighting, but they were on the ship and they were like, everybody knows who the captain is.
Posturing.
And then Thor was like, no, it is you. It's you. Ha 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 ha. Yo, that joy is a silly little scene. A silly little scene. But yeah. It's one of those things where like everybody knows kind of who's in charge.
Yes.
If you don't know who's in charge, that's your problem.
Well, and that's the thing. Depending on who you are interacting with, men do a really good job of creating some level of a hierarchy, just in general. Now you have some time where some people don't like the hierarchies, and then men have a way of physically handling it. And sometimes it's not physical, it's who's going to take it to that level. And so with men, it's easier. With women, not so much.
Yeah.
But I think it's a good thing to understand who's in charge and how that whole dynamic works out, right?
Yeah.
But it's also a thing of just like, someone has to be the guy, right?
Well, someone. The fact of the matter is, someone has to make the decision.
Right.
And the craziest part about it is, a lot of people actually don't like to make the decision.
The decision's tough.
Because you can have someone, let's just say, and I'll even say this, I experienced decision fatigue, to where you have a lot of people around you who won't make decisions, so you have to make decisions for them. And at the end of the day, you get fatigued. You're like, no, I don't feel like making any more decisions. I'm just going to go over here and get some Wendy's. I'm not going to go home and try to decide what I want to eat.
That's it. Bacon and fries.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things where a lot of people think they want to be in that leadership position, or they want to be in that top position.
Yeah. And
you really don't.
Yeah.
You really don't.
Being a leadership role is not the most fun thing. If you're doing it right, it's not fun.
No.
If you're having a great time just constantly being leaders all the time, you're probably not a good one.
You're not doing it right.
If you're offended by that statement, I want to offend you more.
I'm talking to you.
Yeah, for sure. So leading in general is just such a difficult task to do.
Yeah.
To do it effectively and properly. Now, if you have some solid subordinates and you have some solid B guys, then it becomes a bit easier. But if not, leadership in general is just not. It's just not fun, and it's not made for everybody. Yeah. But that's the thing: the sheeps don't ever want to lead, and the wolves think they are always leading.
Major facts.
Because the aggressive nature of a wolf thinks that I'm gonna aggressively be wrong, and it's better than the sheep not making decisions. Which, to a degree, yes, but also, you're hoping those sheepdogs can kind of control the sides, and be a happy medium in between.
Well, I think a decent analogy is the Lion King.
Right.
You've got Mufasa. He's handling the ecosystem. He's managing the ecosystem. You've got all the animals. They're living in a well-managed area. There's greenery all over the place. There's water.
Food.
You know what I'm saying? Food everywhere. Everything's good. Mufasa goes away. He's gone.
Yeah. Shout out to Move.
His son goes off into the forest.
Yeah.
He goes off into the desert.
I'm stealing Scar if I ever see him in real life, but keep going.
Scar takes the reign.
Yeah.
And the whole daggone thing goes to poop.
Mad different.
And so all the food is gone, the ecosystem is done, water's gone, no greenery. It's basically a whole desert out there. And so it takes Simba coming back, taking over, and correcting the ecosystem. And so there's a role for everybody to play.
All of the time. Kobe Bryant said it. Look, guys, just do your job. That man ain't asked for nothing. He said, if you just do your job, we straight.
Yeah.
Just do your job. But, you know, and I think a lot of times, like you said, that decision making, people are fearful of making decisions. I look at a guy like me, I really don't care about if I'm wrong or not.
No, people are fearful of making the wrong decision.
Yes.
And I think in order to be a leader,
yes,
in order to be a true leader, you have to not care about that.
Yes.
You have to just make a decision and just run with it.
Yes.
If you don't make a decision, then that's worse off for everybody else.
Yes.
But then if you are making decisions and you make one wrong one, that's okay. Flip it around. Like, I made the wrong one, accept whatever defeat, so to speak, and then we got to correct course.
Yes.
And take the ego out of it.
That's the big one.
The ego is huge.
That's the big one.
So ego is huge. Everybody has this whole thing about not wanting to be wrong, not wanting to look bad, not wanting to have their perception go down, so to speak.
Yes.
But when you strike gold, and everybody is coming
For
after
sure.
you. So,
Well, and that's the crazy thing about that is like that is stuff that you need to break at a young age, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that like at 6 years old, that's a thing that we're breaking to do. And honestly, it started young. Like Dallas is allowed one thing in my world. Now, when she with her mama, she's afraid of bugs. She's afraid of a whole bunch of stuff. With me, I don't care. Her hair and her food is her like, ugh. I will run and jump over a table to remove a piece of hair out of her food because that's her thing. So I'm going to protect her from her thing. But from spiders and stuff, I'm going to push her. I don't care there's spiders there. Go figure it out. She ran into a spider web the other day, and I go, oh, no. It won't get me now. Daddy. I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. If you're afraid of spiders, do this number in front of the place where the spiders are. You're probably going to hit it with your hand. So after you hit it with your hand, you should probably flick it off and stomp it. But I have no ambition of killing this spider for you. So, yeah, she doesn't get to have bugs. My thing is bees. I don't rock with bees. I'll run up in a burning building. I'll do whatever the Marine Corps says to me to do. I got a hard stop at bees. That's my thing. Hard stop at bees. Listen here. I don't get to explain it. If a bee come, about dropped 60 croissants the other day. A bee come, I was like, oh. I look like I'm dead serious, bro.
Yeah. Like, this joint is like this big, bro. Like,
this is my
you're
thing.
massive compared to a bee.
It is what it is, boss. I remember I was at the firehouse sleeping one night, and old girl was afraid of snakes. I'm laying in the bed about to go to sleep. So I was like, oh, man, that's a snake slithering in the building.
Oh, God.
That's crazy. And I went back to sleep. She's like, what'd you say? Oh, you don't you see the snake right there? What do you mean? I said, it's a snake. I want to go to bed. He's not bothering me. I don't care. She was like, Dan, you got to get, she was afraid of snakes. Dan, you got to get the snakes. I was like, what is he not bothering anybody?
But people are afraid of snakes, spiders, bees, birds, bugs in general.
Birds is crazy.
Look, let's be real.
I can't. Everyone gets to have their thing, right? Like I said, I'm not.
But not all of them, though. You can't be afraid of all of them.
Oh, yeah, for sure. No, you only get one. At least in my world, you get one. You get a thing, bro. Dallas is his hair in her food. I don't know. And it's never the restaurant's hair. It's hers. And so
That's funny.
That's the only thing. Like, if she sees hair, she'll be like, she'll start gagging. Like, cool, that's your thing, bro.
Yeah.
She tries to act. She wants to be afraid of spiders. Like, because her mom doesn't like bugs. So she's like, I don't like bugs. Oh my gosh. So she like wants to be afraid of spiders. And so there would be a spider on her bike in the garage. And I'm like, I don't care. If you don't want it there, kill it. And then she'd go kill it.
All life is valuable.
Not here. That's a lie. I don't care who tells it.
Next question, yeah.
So it's just one of those things. So you got to make sure, that you put people in positions to get over said fears.
Yeah. True statement.
So, but
rule number 1: put your kids in danger. Boom.
yes, allow them to do dangerous things safely with you.
Yeah.
Wholeheartedly. My daughter, listen, people be looking crazy. If my daughter says she wants to cut something, she's going to use big knives over here. And that's just, she likes to cut up her strawberries. I don't know why.
At appropriate ages, okay? Like, I'm not giving my son a knife at 2 years old. Not a wise decision.
No.
Just saying.
My big thing is like, when am I going to teach Dallas gun safety? I think at 6 years old, that's fair. I've seen 6. People get hurt when they don't know what they're doing.
Major facts.
If they know what they're doing, they won't get hurt.
Yeah.
So the thought is like, if Dallas sees a gun, I want her to be like, oh, it's a gun.
Yeah.
And that just is what it is. We don't have to play with it because I've already played with it, and who cares? Cutting strawberries is much more fun.
Yeah.
So,
But you know, like you said, people get hurt when they don't understand a thing.
yes.
And so, you know, the obviously the big debate, well, one of the big debates is gun safety.
Yes, yeah.
And so
Everyone want to get on Second Amendment stuff. All right,
yeah,
come on.
Yeah, we'll veer off for a second,
Yeah.
but you know, the guns don't just go off.
They don't?
There's a person behind it.
Shut the front door.
Oh snap!
Shut up.
I know, right?
That's
Tell me
my
about it.
favorite one.
So you know, you've got these people who are having these guns who are questionable at best. You know, like what's the policy on stopping all that stuff? And that's a very difficult.
Well, I think as a society, we're currently trying to figure it out.
Well, you can't have gun shows. You can't have just random gun shows where people can just walk in there and say, "Hey, I want to purchase a gun."
First off, you're going to make anything south of Pennsylvania go crazy.
Look, but
Cats just have guns, bro. Man, them have guns, bro.
Hey, look, I'm not saying you can't have them. I'm saying
all over
we
the
have
place.
we have to
All over
we have
the
to
place.
start with like, hey, like you have to register to come into the gun show. You can't just there's a gun show
They said
at the previously Greensboro Coliseum.
that made Mark Robinson's career. It made his career because he talked about it. They had a 12-year-old just go buy a shotgun at that. They was like, "Hey guys,
Bro, that's wild to me.
the 12-year-old just like, oh yeah," and they just sold that boy that gun.
That's wild, bro.
I like shooting guns, but
look,
I really do.
guns are fun.
They are fun.
They are fun to shoot and all that good stuff, but to be able to be 12 years old,
And go buy a gun.
like you can barely pull up your drawers correctly.
Well, you ain't got a debit card, but you got a Glock.
You got a
That's crazy. You don't even have the state employees credit union Z account, but you got a 12 gauge. It's ballistic, bro.
That's crazy.
Literally.
But there's a lot of
figuratively.
stuff that we can get into.
Yeah, we ain't gonna get that one too. But anyways, so there's things to help with these fears. To get back on topic, as a society, we gotta get accustomed to, like.
No, it's my body, my choice.
Listen here, bro. You just be making up stuff. They be saying stuff.
You know I'm telling the truth though. Like you can't tell me what to do.
Well, this is the thing. Like, we got to a place, and this was a thing that my mom and Africans used to say in general. Like, just American society is so individualistic that we've lost tribe mentality, right? Mm-hmm. So we know me. I'm big on tribe. Like, it's everyone's. It is partially my job to ensure that Bishop is raised decently. You are the ultimate end all be all with Bishop, but I'm a part of that parenting. Dallas believes that you will hit her, Jeremy, if she acts up, and I like that she believes that. Okay, like she knows, like, no, like they will hook you up over there. Mama, look, if your mama says something, we'll pop her too. As simple as that. And she's like, oh, well, there's that. Okay? So I'm a big on the community around you is what is involved in raising the kid.
Yeah.
I've got popped in the back of my head by plenty of people that were not Helena Gray.
Yeah.
And I would not dare tell Helena Gray I got popped in the head out of fear of her popping me several more times in the head and in her brain creating my mom's brain thinking like, oh, my son's out here acting crazy, he acting wild. But we live in a place where kids get to act up and no one can discipline them but you. It's the stupidest concept in the world.
That's wild.
And that's the thing. Like, and then people also think they can talk about you disciplining your kids. If you see me pop my kid in the grocery store, I pray for the day someone tells me about popping. I'll pop yours. Don't play with me. I'm like, don't play with me. If you don't, go get these, and I'm going to put something in the car. Get these Oreos and get out of my house. I'm getting disrespectful.
Get a new hobby, yo.
Yeah.
Get a new hobby. Yeah, I get it, because everybody, the craziest part is you can't say anything to anyone else, but they can say anything they want to you. How does that work?
It's weird. Listen here. Planet Earth is batting 1,000 right now.
Yeah.
Everybody on planet Earth is batting 1,000, and it's crazy to think. So, again, I think we need to go as a community to really, really actually work at these things. And, we honestly need to apply, we need to talk about this stuff out loud and then find ways to do it. So, a practical way of doing stuff, Dallas doesn't have a choice, but she will play soccer, basketball. She will play a plethora of sports because I want someone not named Daniel Gray, not named Catherine, to tell her she's wrong. It's imperative that another human tells her she's wrong, and then me back up that human like, hey, by the way, they're right. You're double wrong now for asking me. You've always been wrong. Yeah. So that's why, sports, Dallas doesn't have a choice. Right now we're talking about what sport she's going to play. She said tennis. I'm like, come on, tennis is whack. But then I thought of Coco. I thought of Serena. I go, well, maybe it's not that whack. I ain't paying for no tennis lessons. I know how to play tennis, but I'm not good enough to actually teach someone how to play tennis in real life.
Well, look, hey, if she liked tennis.
She ain't got a choice. She's gonna do a combative. That's a part of this weird thing of I don't make my kids do things. That's dumb. I make them do all the time. If I ask them and I don't like the answer, or if they feel like they can tell me, no, Daddy, Dallas said, Daddy, you're not going to your meeting today. I actually almost didn't go. Because I didn't want to go. But the second she told me I wasn't going, I was like, all right, I'm going. Yeah. Now I got to just show you that you don't make decisions like that.
Yeah. So I got you. Yeah.
But yeah. So, well, that was it. That's it for our Mentally Edit podcast. That was it. Don't have your kids being sheepdogs. Or, excuse me, have your kids being sheepdogs. Get this wolf mentality out of here. Mm-hmm. Don't have blind following. And I guess if they are going to be a sheep, okay, because I know there are going to be a few of you, make sure they follow the sheepdog and stay away from the big bad wolf.
Follow Jesus. That's what you need to follow.
Well, that's a guy. There's a guy, okay? There's a guy, JC. There's a guy.
Hey, follow him. How about that?
For sure.
Don't be out here just following randos.
That's it. Don't. You know what I'm saying? Kanye West might be crazy today. Don't go follow him.
Whoa.
I don't know why I bring him up. That's my boy. I'm sorry, yeah. God almighty, I'm sorry, yeah. I don't want
he's coming for you.
God almighty. You want some cheesecake cake? I I got something for you.
Oh, gosh.
All right, y'all be good.
Take it easy.
Ah.